Starting a small business is never easy. No one knows that probably as well as the two gentlemen on either side of me. I'd like you to meet Anthony Pezza and Stuart Tenner, both affiliated with American Standard Businesses in Point Pleasant, the Shore's long-established consultation and real estate brokerage house. It's got a new web page, bizonomics101.biz. It's got the tools and information that anyone would need for a confident start as an entrepreneur. There is a cost for the information, but we have special news for veterans. Veterans who served in any of the 6 branches of the U.S. military service can get this information entirely free with a $1 registration fee. This is an unprecedented move, and it's nationwide. We're disclosing it here, and this is the first time anyone is finding out about it. So we want to spread the word, and they're going to help us do it. Fellas, it's nice to have you in here today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Anthony, let's start with basically the personal connection that you have with this. It's not just simply because you feel like doing something for veterans.
No, what happened was that, Tom, I came from a large family, and 6 of my brothers served in the military, each one in a different branch because of the Sullivan Law. And as a result, when they came back, they felt like they were lost. They didn't know where to go to find a job or school or anything like that. And as a 9-year-old kid, I remember that vividly because I remember Father said, "What are you going to do now?" So that always stuck in my head, and I always wanted to give back to the military, but in an educational concept. And for 5 years, from 2008 to 2013, I was at Fort Dix, and I taught the business educational program down there for 5 years. And that was my give back to the military and to help the soldiers to go into business and be a success. So as a result, with the give back, of course, of my family, my brothers, when they didn't know where to go, and then when I found the same feeling at Fort Dix, when I was there for 5 years with the military coming in, and when I would hold the class, they had no idea or concept of business, how to get there and how to be successful. So I created this program 3 years ago, the Veterans Program, to aid and assist every veteran to get into business, and we would support them for the business concept and also the beneficial program for the veterans that are in New Jersey and around the country, and the wives of fallen soldiers. We offer financial benefits to all of these people through a service concept that we have.
Mm-hmm. How do the financial benefits work?
Well, what happens is that the $1 donation, it's not a donation, it's a registration fee, allows them to get 375 pages of information on our business concept. And of the $1, we give the greater portion, probably 60 to 80%, back to the benefits to the wives of fallen soldiers. So whatever we accumulate there, we make no profit on it, basically. So we would give that to the veterans in New Jersey, starting in New Jersey, pay their rent, give them a year's mortgage, put food on the table for a year, donate money to their kids to go to school or college, and help the wives with their own clothing also besides the children. So we have about 7-step program that's part of the Veterans Benefit Program that we offer back to every veteran in the country. We're starting in New Jersey, as I said, and hopefully we can raise, some $10 to $20 million by doing this and donate, 80% back to the veterans for assistance.
Mr. Tenner, let's look at the page a little bit. I've been to the easily navigable page.
Mm-hmm.
And can you tell us a little bit about the components that are in there that a veteran who's interested in becoming an entrepreneur will find?
Yes, well, basically, it's the business economics, which is an online course, which will take somebody about 50 hours. It's quite a comprehensive course dealing with all facets of starting, operating, and growing a business, and doing it efficiently and effectively. And it's worthwhile because it digs down and it gives us more, and the participant gives them more substance than theory. It's drilling down to real-world knowledge and experience. And that comes from Tony's experience of over 50 years being in business and being an entrepreneur himself.
Can you break down the 50 hours? Is it something that has to be, I mean, obviously you're not going to do all 50 hours at once. Is it a complete and save sort of situation, or is it course by course over time?
No, it's complete and save, and you could go back to it as well, as many times as you like, and take as much time as you like in taking the course. So that's really a major benefit. In addition to that, we also have the ability for people to communicate with us, to answer the questions that they have which are not in the program. So that's a real benefit for the participant.
Mr. President, it's a generous offer, but how can you afford to give out the information for free that way?
Because I want to have the veterans, see, I've seen so many failures in my life with businesses. And I really feel sorry for people that go into business without any direction. So what happens is that now that this program is the veterans concept, what I'm trying to promote here, and through Fort Dix, as I did for 5 years, I think they need more than the average person to go into business, because they just come back from a war. They're a little confused about life in general. And this, with the guys we want to give them, I think we could direct them to go in the right direction. Before they go into business, one of my programs on the Businomics pages is that do you qualify to go into business? It's called self-analysis. Now, most people will take that and realize they can't go into business, but they'll do it anyway. But with the veterans, we allow them to call us and talk to us in person. So let's say that we have a veteran somewhere in California who got the program and says, you know, I don't understand exactly how this works. Call me on the phone. So you have open line communication. That's what makes this a great program. Open line communications allows them to call anytime they want, email me anytime they want, or have a chat with me. Now, if I'm not available, I get back to them. So what happens is that they're investing, you know, over $100,000 even with a GI Bill. They still have to get some money someplace. But the failure rate in business in general, and so we just broke it down from helping the veterans with the educational program. That's why we give $1. This program should sell for about $700. Well, we're giving it to every veteran for $1 because again, I go back to my brothers in service. Some came back wounded, and I always felt that I wanted to give back in a way that no one else has ever done before. So by giving back the $1 for a $900 program, I don't feel like I'm losing money. I feel like I'm donating and offering my services and my time and my education and my ability to help them be successful. At the same time, run the benefit program that we're doing, you know, that we're going to get off the ground to take a wife, a fallen soldier that gets $1,400 a month. They still can't pay the mortgage, or don't have clothes for their kids. So we're donating that money once we get it all in, hopefully, to every you know, a wife of a fallen soldier that we can contact personally, and hope that we can get them on the right track and yet get education at the same time. So I think we're in the right direction. We just need assistance from the whole country, really, to help us, every Veterans Administration, every office, every Congress, every senator, say, hey, we can help you get on the website, and that's what we're looking for.
Mr. Tenner, let's assume a veteran goes on the site, or let's assume anybody goes on the site. What is the accountability system to ensure that a veteran is on the other end of it and getting that free information? Well,
when you register, you put in your ID number. So that's how we can verify that that person is actually a veteran.
Is it okay to go in with nothing prepared, or should a veteran have some sort of prep already put aside so that you're not walking into a cold?
No, I don't think so. I think the veteran has some experience in the service, and he can go into our website and start from scratch. We have 100 questions that gives him some information about starting, growing, and operating a business. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you need any prior experience. You need a little bit of intelligence.
Yeah. I just want to add that a minute, Tom, please.
Yeah.
The 100 questions, Phil's absolutely right, but in the same program, there's 100 questions, there's 100 additional answers to those questions in an extended form, and then there's an audio. So you have a 3-part process. You have a question, then you have an extended answer, and an audio. So it really breaks down the answer in greater detail. So you have a question like, you know, what should my rent be, for instance? It breaks it down based on the business you're in and what your rent should be on a percentage basis. And that's what Stuart calls drilling down. And this is what the education comes from for a veteran, anyone, to go in there and say, hey, now I know what a percentage is, now I know what rent costs, and I know what labor cost is. And this is what it does. It breaks everything down, right down to the penny, to the dollar, and right down to the percentage.
What is it, what qualities does a veteran bring to the table that, in your estimation, gives a veteran or creates the ideal situation for running a business?
That's a good question, because I love that question. You know why? Because the veteran comes disciplined. He has discipline, he has direction, he has knowledge of where he wants to go. The average person going into business today or taking an online business course, as my program is, they have no direction or discipline where they want to go. They flounder around. They'll spend $200,000 for something that they should spend $20,000 for. So they're undisciplined, but a veteran is very disciplined. And when working at Fort Dix for 5 years, I can see the discipline when I was teaching down there, how disciplined they are, the right questions, the right answers, and they got up and they did the job. You're not going to find that in a non-veteran. They don't have the discipline. And that's a good question, and that's the answer to the question, I believe.
Now, you have veterans all over Ocean County, more than in any other county in New Jersey, which is a good place to start.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they have those skills, but they just don't think they do. How do you bring someone like that out? And how do you encourage them to get involved?
Well, I think instead of getting a job, we're encouraging them to think about starting their own little business, because that would make it, give them more opportunity to be active and earn an income for themselves and their families.
You've run a business yourself for a long time, and you've consulted with many, many small entrepreneurs. What are the biggest advantages for starting a small business?
Well, there's a lot of advantages to starting a small business, but you know, as I say in my program, and I've been saying it for years, is that anyone can own a business if you have money, but having money doesn't make you success. There's only two things that make success in business, and that's knowledge and understanding the concept of a business. I can give you a case after case of people that started business, had millions of dollars, go broke. Because money is not the force that makes you successful in business. It's only the knowledge and the education. And I learned that. I had a school for 27 years, and I trained over 100,000 owners to be successful. That's because the education comes from a daily, constant barrage of questions and answers and communications. And today's average, you don't have that. You go to any college, you're never going to find a business course that teaches a small business. You're going to get a business course with a degree, an MBA, but they can't run a small business. The University of California 2 years ago donated, they got a grant for $20 million. They took 12 MBA students to business, gave $1 million each, 18 months they were broke. They redid the program again with another $20 million, took another 12 or 14 MBA students, they went broke. Only 1% succeeded. The answer to that, Tom, is that education is not taught in colleges. It's only taught in the classroom or my program, because my program could teach you about business, very clear, very precise, and you got all the answers you really need. You don't have an answer, you pick up the phone, you call me a Stuart, and it works. Education, Tom, is the answer to business, not money.
Most people start a business without a basic business education, and that's the key to success.
Anthony Pezza and Stuart Tanner of American Standard Businesses. Bisonomics 101.biz is the place to go. It helps not only veterans, but families of veterans as well. And it all starts here. Any closing comments?
I want to thank you for your time, Tom, and I appreciate it. And hopefully that will get a lot of people interested in looking at the site and realizing that it's a veterans program, but it's also an educational program. So it's a combination of two.
Thank you, Tom. It's great being here with you. It's a delight. It's very important for veterans to take the program. In addition to the veterans, there are opportunities for civilians to take this program, but at a higher price than $1.
Right. Well worth the price either way, but tell a friend and tell a vet. Thank you for watching.